In last class, we studied from the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we saw different opulence of Krishna. We saw how Krishna tells about his relationship with the material world, how he is the origin of everything. And then Krishna tells about the Chatushloki Gita, the essence of Bhagavad Gita in 4 verses. We saw the first verse tells the relation of Krishna with the living entities. Then, second, Krishna tells the process of devotional service. And the last 2 verses, Krishna tells how he reciprocates with devotees. Then we saw Arjuna's response to the Chatushloki Gita, where Arjuna glorifies Krishna and surrenders unto him. And then Krishna tells about his opulences. So we saw a list of opulences by Krishna. Now, this particular chapter demonstrates these opulences in practical. Arjuna requests Krishna to show his Virat Roop. What is this Virat Roop? It is called in English as universal form. Universal form. In simple words, seeing Krishna in material manifestation. Seeing Krishna in different aspects of the universe. And when Krishna condenses that whole universe into his, in front of his devotee, Arjun, that form is called as universal form. Where in one shot, in one go, Arjun can see the whole cosmic manifestation being part and parcel of Krishna. Manifestation of Krishna's energy. So in previous chapter, Krishna verbally told Arjun about his opulences and how anything great in this world is present because of the spark of his splendor. But in this chapter, Krishna practically demonstrates. So Sanjay, who is telling the whole conversation of Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra, describes the Virat Rupa, the universal form of Krishna. Sanjay tells how Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna. After seeing this form, Arjuna became very bewildered and disturbed, and Krishna instructs him to just become an instrument. That already Krishna has done the job. Krishna has already killed everyone, but he just needs to become the instrument. Then there is prayers by Arjuna, very nice prayers in 12 verses. Arjuna prays to Krishna, and then finally the description of how only pure devotees can see Krishna's two-handed form. Krishna's two-handed form is superior to Krishna's four-handed form and then universal form also. So this is the contents of 11th chapter. This chapter is a favorite chapter of Srila Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was asked, which chapter of Bhagavad Gita is your favorite chapter? Unexpectedly, Prabhupada told this chapter. Generally, this chapter is mainly for those who cannot appreciate Krishna's personal feature. So this chapter kind of distinguish fake incarnations from real incarnation. And Prabhupada used to love it because it helps us to challenge the pseudo incarnations. So Prabhupada liked this chapter very much. So let's start this chapter one by one. Before that, let's see the connection between 10th chapter and 11th chapter. So as we discussed that Krishna told in 10th chapter how he is the source of all material creation. Aham sarvasya prabhuvo mattah sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from Krishna. And he also tells, after telling his opulences, that how just by his little spark of splendor, ekam shena sthito jagat, he maintains the whole universe. Little his spark of his energy, he can maintain the whole universe. Now the same thing Krishna shows in practical to Arjuna. Pashyame yogam aishwaryam. Pashya means see, behold. Me means my. Yogam aishwaryam. Aishwarya means opulence. So see my divine opulence now. Actually, it's not divine, but mystical. Because the form which Krishna is going to show Arjuna is not his divine form. Its universal form is not a spiritual form. It's the material form only. So let's see this chapter one by one. We can go through the verses. Okay, so let's start with verse 1. Chetan Prabhu, can you read translation for first verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled.
So Arjuna is telling here that Krishna, the knowledge which you have given me now, that means in the previous chapters, my illusion has completely been dispelled. So ideally, Bhagavad Gita should have ended here, because he's saying mohoyam vigato mama. Vigata means vigata jara. Vigata means removed. So my illusion has already been dispelled. So ideally, Bhagavad Gita should have ended here. So then why there is need of Krishna showing universal form? What is the need for Krishna to show universal form? Arjuna already accepted that my illusion already dispelled. So why he need to show universal form? Any thoughts? Yes, Arun Charan Prabhu.
Because Prabhuji, the Gita is not for Arjun only, it is for us also.
Very
Arjun
good. Actually, yes. Actually, it is for us only. Arjuna is just an instrument for us to receive Bhagavad Gita. You remember in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we read Vatsapartha Sudhir Bhokto Dugdam Gita Mritam Mahat. The all Vedic literatures are compared to a cow. And when this cow is being milked by the expert milkman Krishna, actually cow gives milk for the calf. But calf alone doesn't drink milk. In fact, some cows in India, they give 40 liters, 50 liters of milk. If calf drinks whole milk, he'll become sick. The calf drinks little milk. But then who takes benefit of the milk? The other people, human beings. Sudhir Bhokta. Intelligent people will take benefit. So although Krishna is telling Arjun, but it is for all of us. It is for me. We should think it is for me. Recently, His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj came to Ujjain, and he was asking in class that Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita for whom? So one devotee told Arjun. He said wrong. Then another devotee said, for us. He said wrong. Then for whom? Not for Arjun, not for us. Then for whom? And Maharaj said, for me. Everybody should think this Gita is for me, not for us. Oh, somebody will follow it. I may not follow. No, it is for me. So here, although Arjuna accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has no illusion left after hearing, especially 9th and 10th chapter, which are the essence of Bhagavad Gita, which is devotional service. After hearing that, Arjun doesn't have any doubt, but he is asking further questions for the benefit of general people. Anupama Mataji, can you read further? Next verse.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories.
So Arjuna is submitting his gratitude to Krishna that yes, my illusion has been dispelled not by my own power, but because you have told me about your divine nature, how you are the source. Aham Krishnasya Jagata Prabhava Pralayas. In previous chapters, we have seen Krishna says that I am the source of whole universe. All living entities, material universe, spiritual energy, everything comes from me. And Prabhava Pralayas. The creation happens by me, destruction happens by me. So, by hearing all this knowledge and having realized your divine glories, my illusion is dispelled. So, it's not by my own endeavor, but it's by your mercy. Usha Mataji, can you read next verse, third?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours.
So, now Krishna is saying that Arjuna is saying, although I know that what I am seeing in front of me, this is your real form. This is your real divine form, your actual position. As I was hearing all this while, this is your divine form, I believe. But still, I wish to see how you are entering into each aspect of this universe. Still, I wish to see that one. So many people have this confusion that why, I mean, this universal form is greater than Krishna's form that Arjuna is demanding to see. It's not like that. It's like, suppose you meet a scientist and he has discovered many theories, and you ask him, okay, like, can you explain me that particular theory which you have discovered? That doesn't mean that scientists only know that particular theory. No, here you are asking that person a specific achievement of his. In the same way, Arjuna is convinced that the divine form standing in front of him is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he is wanting to understand how Krishna entered into cosmic manifestation. There are many reasons behind it, as we were discussing a little back. He is asking for all of us. And another thing is he wants to establish a criteria of an incarnation. Otherwise, tomorrow any Tom, Dick, Harry will come and he will say he is incarnation of the Lord. To solve this problem, Arjuna is asking this question, and Prabhupada would often use this in his preaching. He would challenge people that, okay, you are saying such and such person is incarnation. Can he show his universal form? Arjuna didn't believe. He directly asked Krishna that, can you show your universal form? You are speaking all this while that I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. Can you show how you entered in cosmic manifestation? Of course, here Arjuna is not challenging Krishna. He is asking in very humble spirit. But we can challenge the fake pseudo incarnations because they can never show their universal form. Kripalu Keshvi Mataji, can you read this quote?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes. Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criterion. For in the future, there would be so many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnations of God. The people, therefore, should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people.
See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed many times. He showed his universal form. He showed his six-armed form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And in his Mahaprakash Leela, he showed different incarnations. He shows how is Varahadev, he shows how is Vrishingadev in different incarnations. So if somebody is posing himself to be an incarnation, he should be ready to display all these features which Krishna displayed. Next verse, Rasamrit Prabhu, 4th verse.
Krishna Prabhuji and Pranam Desha Prabhupada. Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Verse text 4. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self.
Now this verse is very important with respect to Vaishnava behavior and conduct. This is for practical application, that how we should approach the Supreme Lord and his representatives. We have seen in 4th chapter, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadakshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattva Darshina. That we have to learn to submit ourselves with humility, and then we can receive the divine knowledge. So here Arjuna is not ordering Krishna, Krishna, show me your universal form. No. Look at his words. If you think I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Even when Srila Prabhupada was sick in New York, just after 1 year he was in New York and he became quite sick. He got 3rd heart attack. And all new students, they were very, very concerned that Prabhupada would leave his body. So they asked Srila Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, what we should pray to Krishna? And Prabhupada taught them Narsingha prayer, and Prabhupada taught them that you pray that Krishna, if you so desire, please save our spiritual master. He has not completed his job as yet. But Prabhupada made sure that you have to add, if you so desire. We are not demanding. We are not ordering Krishna. We are requesting him. Another time, one person, he was in Prabhupada's lecture and he was challenging Srila Prabhupada. When was Bhagavad Gita written? How many years back? Now this question is not a problem, but the way he was asking was a challenging spirit. Prabhupada didn't answer him. Prabhupada said, I am not your father's servant. Now those who know Hindi, if they translate in Hindi, it will give a different flavor. Prabhupada said, I am not your father's servant. You have to ask in a humble spirit. So like that, Arjuna's conduct, the way he is dealing with Krishna is very, very appropriate. And this is how a disciple should deal with the spiritual master. Okay, let's go to next verse. Diya Mataji, can you read fifth translation?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine and multicolored forms.
So when Arjuna approached with such sincere inquiry, Krishna was ready to show his universal form. Now this form, although anything related to Krishna is transcendental, but because it is related to material universe, it's sometimes manifested and sometimes not manifested. So it's not an eternal form like Krishna's spiritual forms. We have to understand this. It's a temporary manifestation of Krishna's presence in the universe. Because this material world itself is temporary, this form which we will going to study now is also Krishna's temporary form. Many people have this photo of universal form in their home, and many people like also they want to worship universal form, but actually this is not appropriate, because this particular form is temporary form of the Lord, although it is related to the Supreme Lord. To that instance, even Kurukshetra, In first verse of Bhagavad Gita, what we hear from Dhritarashtra? Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. So even Kurukshetra is a holy place because even the place of battle became spiritual because Krishna was present. But that doesn't mean that we will only worship Kurukshetra. No, Kurukshetra is the holy place, but Vrindavan is Krishna's personal abode. In the same way, this universal form is also Krishna's form. It becomes manifest, it becomes unmanifest. That is because of the temporary nature of the universe. So this is not Krishna's permanent eternal form. Sarshti Mataji, can you read this quote?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested, similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non-manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms.
Yes. So other forms of Krishna like Ram, Vaman, Kurma, Nrsimha, other, they are eternal forms and they take incarnations. But this universal form is not a permanent form of Krishna, divine form of Krishna like spiritual forms. But still, this universal form where you can see all material manifestation in one place. You can see how Krishna's energy is working in the material manifestation. Still, it is not possible for any ordinary person to see it. So Krishna has to give special power to see it. It's not that any person can see Krishna through his material outlook. Even as devotees, we can check ourselves. Can we really see Krishna in every situation? It's not very easy thing. In every aspect, especially people whom we don't like, or some particular, vegetables or sabjis we don't like. While eating it, where can you appreciate it that yes, it is also Krishna? No. Salt is too much. No, Karela I don't like, it's bitter. So even as devotees, it is difficult. So how it is possible for any ordinary man? But by Krishna's mercy, when Krishna gives this special mercy, then people can see that. Keshav Priya Mataji, can you read this quote?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. The Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, which is very much appreciated by the impersonalists, is not an eternal form of the Lord. It is manifested by the supreme will of the Lord after the ingredients of material creation. Lord Krishna exhibited this Virat or Vishwarupa to Arjuna just to convince the impersonalists that he is the original personality of Godhead. Krishna exhibited the Virat Rupa. It is not that Krishna was exhibited by the Virat Rupa.
So we have to understand that it's Krishna who exhibited this universal form, not that Krishna came from universal form. We have to understand it, that this exhibition of Virat Rupa is just to convince the impersonalist that matter comes from spirit. This is for scientists. Energies come from energetic. This is for impersonalists. See, scientists say that everything comes from matter, life comes from matter. But it's not true. Life comes from life. Matter comes from life. So Krishna is the source of all living entities. Krishna is the source of all cosmic manifestation. So here Krishna refutes the arguments of the material scientist. Also, impersonalists, what they think? They think that personal feature comes from impersonal feature. Impersonal feature of the Lord is the supreme source, and then we get entangled in the material world and we get forms. But that is also not true, because here personal feature of Krishna is exhibiting universal form, which has both personal and impersonal aspects. So both ways Krishna is defeating Shunyavad and Mayavad. We say in Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarani. So both arguments are defeated by Krishna's exhibiting universal form. Devadev Prabhu, can you read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. The Virat Roop is not therefore an eternal form of the Lord exhibited in the spiritual sky. It is a material manifestation of the Lord. The Achara Virat Vigraha, or the worshipable deity in the temple, is a similar manifestation of the Lord for the neophyte. But in spite of their material touch, such forms of the Lord as the Virat and Archa are all non-different from his eternal form as Lord Krishna.
So same with the deities, somebody may say that, oh, this is stone, this is wood. How you can accept it as Krishna? No. Krishna has manifested himself through that. So it became divine. Although over the time wood may deteriorate or marble may have its own effect. If you mishandle deity, it may get cracks. So that aspect of being temporary manifestation may be there. But because Krishna is manifesting through it, it is still worshipable. Let us see next verse, 6th verse. Moksharupi Prabhu, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini, Kumars, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before.
So Krishna is saying now the form which I am going to show you, you can see different Adityas, 12 Adityas, 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras, 2 Ashwini Kumaras, and all other demigods. You can see all kind of wonderful things which no one has ever seen before. Now, is it true that universal form was not seen by anyone before? We see that Krishna showed universal form to Mother Yashoda twice. Then we also see Krishna showed universal form to Duryodhan. You remember when Krishna went as peace messenger, Duryodhan wanted to capture Krishna. So that time also Krishna showed his universal form. So how Krishna is speaking here that nobody has seen it before? Any thoughts?
Prabhu, at the time when he showed it to Duryodhan, even though he showed his universal form, Duryodhan was not able to realize that he is the ultimate God. He thought he's some magician and he's showing him magic.
He may not have realized, but he has seen. But Krishna is saying nobody has seen or heard about it, even heard about it. How is it possible? Any other thought? Yes, Nishtha Mataji.
Hey, Krishna Prabhuji. Maybe it's because we say that for spiritual things need spiritual eyes. So maybe Duryodhan doesn't have spiritual eyes to see the universal.
We will see about it in this chapter that Krishna gave Arjun divine eyes, Divya Chakshu. But then Krishna did show to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda had divine eyes. Krishna showed to Duryodhan, and for definite Krishna made him qualified to see it because he saw and he became struck with wonder that I cannot capture Krishna. So how to understand that? Sudevi Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Even though Krishna showed them their universal form, they did not accept the universal form of the Lord.
That is different thing. See, whether I accept or not, but I have seen and I have heard. How Krishna is saying, not seen, never heard. Bharat Krishna Prabhu?
Well, I think personally that here, Arjun is requesting, and it is for a purpose, that And that purpose is, I believe much deeper than what is showed. Like Duryodhana thought that it was just magic. You know, I mean, Mother Yashoda thought that, okay, maybe she's dreaming, you know, that, and it did last for long. So, you know, the way Krishna is explaining here, asking at the request of Arjuna for a very specific purpose, how to deal with that, you know, to the materialists. So I think that's my comment.
Yes. Yeah, that can be one thought. Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think if I don't know, but I'm just guessing it that all the marvels that are inside the universal form are not revealed, earlier. Is that
Say it again?
So Krishna said you can see anything, whatever the whole, this all 12 sons of Aditi, and all these are things are inside his universal form. So that thing is not shown to anyone else earlier.
Yes, this is one aspect. The first point is Krishna has shown different grades of universal forms. Like when he showed to Duryodhana, it was a partial universal form. When he showed to Mother Yashoda, it was just about the planets, the cosmic manifestation of the planets. There was no demigods and other things. So there were different aspects of universal forms which Krishna showed. But here Krishna is going to show the complete universal form. That is one logic. The second point is, see, the nature of material world, it's always changing. Material world is non-permanent. It's always changing. So when we talk about material, what we discussed in the previous slide, it's not permanent form. It's temporary manifestation. So whenever Krishna wants to show this universal form, every time it will be new. It cannot be same because it's temporary form, which is he's manifesting for a specific situation. So that is the logic behind why Krishna is saying that this form is never seen, never heard by anyone before. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Prabhu, does this mean that when Krishna had narrated this knowledge to Vivaswan, he must have shown the Virat Roop of that time?
See, when we talk about the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it's not that as it is 700 verses was given to Vivaswan and then repeat telecast to Arjun. Otherwise, how there are questions of Arjun? Krishna didn't tell Vivaswan that Arjun will ask this. See, it means the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam. In second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th chapter, 33, 34, 35, 36. These 4 verses are called Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. So these 4 verses were told by Krishna to Brahma. And then Brahma told these 4 verses to Narad. Narad told them elaborately to Vyasadeva along with other instructions. And then Vyasadeva extended those in 18,000 verses. So when we talk about the Parampara system, it's not that, all question answer are same. No, the essence of teachings was given to Vivaswan. And same Krishna is giving to Arjun, maybe with different details. So here Krishna is giving with different details as per Arjuna's questions. But the essence remains same. Okay.
And Prabhu, I had one more question related to this. Since Dhritarashtra was also seeing everything through Sanjay's eyes, so still Dhritarashtra was not able to realize that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Why?
Yes, it very much happens with us also. We are chanting, we are reading every day, then also we are not able to realize what is mistake of Dhritarashtra. So that is illusion, that the coverings of illusion are so hard that even though we are exposed to a spiritual subject matter, it becomes so difficult to accept. So sometimes it takes many births to accept this in reality. Okay, so let's go to the next verse. Radha Vallabha Mataji, can you read translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place.
So it's like a supermarket. You can get everything in one place. Krishna is saying, whatever you asked me to show, I'll show that. Whatever you didn't ask me, that also, because in future you may ask me to show some things. Everything I'm going to show you in one go. So just behold my universal form. But there is a problem. You can't see with materialistic eyes. Shri Radha Kripa Kataksh Mataji, can you read 8th translation?
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
So, but the problem is you can't see with your present eyes. Therefore, I will give you Jnana Chakshu. Now the question is, Arjuna is a pure devotee of Lord. And does he really have materialistic eyes? Is it that Krishna has to give him spiritual eyes to see him? Then what about seeing Krishna's two-handed form? Can we see Krishna's form with materialistic eyes? Is it really possible? So if Arjuna is able to see Krishna's two-handed form, is that meaning that universal form is so great that seeing Krishna in two-handed form is easier than seeing universal form? Then why Krishna is saying that you cannot see with present eyes? You have to see with divine eyes. Divya dadami te chakshu, divya chakshu. Why Krishna is saying that? Let us discuss this. Any thoughts? Yes, Bharat Krishna Prabhu.
I would think that, Arjuna is at such a high standard that he has to come down. It's a bit like the Uttama, saintly persons, that for them to preach, because they see things from a different vision, and for them to come to this universal form, which is a form lower, so he has to change his visionary, capacity.
Exactly, yeah. Amal Arjun Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. The same thoughts of what Bharat Prabhuji mentioned. Because
yes.
For a devotee, devotee sees everything from a transcendental form. So we have to, like they say, you unlearn and learn, something like that. If you see everything as Krishna, then to say that look at the material aspect, then we have to change our vision.
Yes, yeah. Like one time, Srila Prabhupada was at one airport, and so many devotees went with Srila Prabhupada to, see him off. And so many devotees on airport. So airport authorities were little, fried. So they made an announcement that all devotees, they come to the left side. And Prabhupada also came to the left side. And then the devotees said, no, Prabhupada, they're not telling you. They're telling we all devotees, we can stand to the left side. The Prabhupada said, I am also trying to become a devotee. So, the announcement was not for Srila Prabhupada. But, sometimes devotees are such high level, they have to come down. Like Uttam Adhikari, Bharat Krishna was saying, Uttam Adhikari is one, we'll see this in Nectar of Instruction, one who sees everyone as a Vaishnava. Now, if somebody thinks that he is not a devotee, but everybody else is a devotee, can he preach? He can never preach. So if Uttamadhikari has to preach, he has to come down to the level of Madhyamadhikari. In the same way, Arjuna was having Prema Chakshu. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Prema Chakshu. Prema Chakshu means eyes of love. And by that, he is seeing Krishna as his friend. He is in personal relationship with Krishna. And for him to see this material form of Krishna, he has to come down to divine eyes, Divya Chakshu. So from Prema Chakshu, he has to come to Divya Chakshu. For ordinary people, what they have Charma Chakshu. Charma Chakshu means material eyes. So they have to rise above from Charma Chakshu to Divya Chakshu, divine eyes, to see Krishna's universal form. But in Arjuna's case, he has to come down from Prema Chakshu to Divya Chakshu, from eyes of love, eyes anointed with love, to divine eyes. So like that, Krishna actually gave him this opportunity to see his universal form. Let's read this quote from Srila Prabhupada. Anisha Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving creatures, not by a godless display of opulences. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna never want Krishna to show his opulences. They were so immersed into love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many, many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as a personal friend.
So same with Mother Yashoda. She saw universal form. But then out of his love, out of Krishna's internal potency Yogmaya, she immediately forgot everything. And she started to think that, oh, maybe there was some illusion. And she forgot everything. Because love is higher than this mystic experiences. So Arjuna was much higher level than this understanding of universal form. Diya Mataji, can you read this?
Those who are actually interested in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and who follow in the footsteps of Arjuna should understand that Krishna not only theoretically presented himself as the Supreme, but actually revealed himself as the Supreme.
So those who are aware of Krishna's greatness, we are not just simply believers that yes, we believe Krishna is Supreme Personality. It's not matter of belief. It's that really Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He revealed himself like that. He proved himself like that. And therefore, accepting Krishna's Supreme Personality of God, it's not matter of belief, but it's matter of fact. So, giving Arjuna the divine vision, now Krishna is showing his universal form. Let us read these verses one by one, starting from verse number 9. So, who will read? Yashodanandan Prabhu, can you read? Translation to verse 9.
Sanjaya said, O king, having spoken this, the Supreme Lord of all mystic powers, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna.
So after telling him this little introduction, Krishna started to show his universal form. And from 10th verse, the description of universal form is starting as described by Sanjay. As Sanjay is the narrator, have you seen in the drama, sometimes a conversation and then narrator comes in. He describes the scene. So Sanjay is describing the scene. Anek vaktra nayanam, anek adbhut darshanam, anek divyabharanam, divya anek udyo tayudham, divya malam baradharam, divya gandhanulepanam, sarvascharyamayam devam, anantam vishwato mukham. So what Arjuna saw is being described here by Sanjay. Sachidananda Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding.
So here, the word many has been used, that Krishna has no limit to what he can extend himself. We are limited. We are Anu. Krishna is Vibhu. And another aspect we can learn from this is that how Lord is a person. See, we are talking about celestial garments, divine scent smeared all over the body. Now, if there is no form, how can he be well dressed? If Lord is impersonal, how can he put this chandan on him? How can smear this? How he can wear garland? How he can wear mukut? Where you will put? So Prabhupada was telling, in one lecture that even universal form is a person. So how people can think that Lord is impersonal? So it's mere foolishness. So we can never come to the conclusion that Lord is impersonal. We even see in second canto where Lord is telling Brahma about the cosmic manifestation and everything. And then when Brahma prays, Lord shakes hand with Brahma. People say that shaking hand is, a Western culture, but Lord shaking hand with Brahma in second canto. So how can somebody shake hand if he doesn't have hand? It's not possible. So Lord is not impersonal. In any scripture, we cannot come to this conclusion. Verse 12. Nishtha Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, then the impersonalist, when they read Bhagavad Gita, so how they imagine these verses, they give their own interpretation in this also, or they just
there is no definition to imagination. Today I can imagine that I am Napoleon and I can walk like that. There is no rules and regulations for imagination. But if they really study word by word as it is under proper guidance, they cannot understand, they cannot come to the conclusion that Lord is impersonal. They can never come to this conclusion. The problem is they don't want to accept proper parampara and they just want to believe on their imagination. Yeah, so let's read the next verse. Shrutidhar Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form.
So here is a little comparison of the effulgence of the Supreme Lord. Devi Surya Sahasraya. Sahasra means thousands. So if thousands of suns at once rise, even to look at one sun, it's difficult. You can't look at direct sun in the noon time for a long time. But imagine if thousands of suns at once rise, what kind of effulgence will come? That effulgence was in the universal form of the Lord. Venudhari Prabhu, can you read text 13?
Hare Krishna Bhakti Dandavat Pranam. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, also divided into many, many thousands.
So Krishna is showing Arjun this form which has unlimited expansions, and he's seeing the universe and he's saying different aspects of universe in one place. In just one place, Arjuna have not to travel anywhere, and he has not to use some different gadgets to look different aspects. Just sitting in one place, he's seeing all different aspects of the universe in Krishna's body. Okay, next verse. Jagatambika Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
So after seeing this big form, ferocious form, Arjuna bowed down and he started to pray to the Supreme Lord. Now these prayers are the prayers of bewilderment. When one sees such opulence and when we see such energies, then in astonishment and bewilderment, Arjuna is praying. Arjuna Vacha. Amal Arjun Prabhu, can you read text 15?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents."
So Pashyami Devams Tata Deva Dehe. Pashyami Devams. Devams is plural. So I'm seeing all the demigods, Tava Deva Dehe, in your divine form. So as we read also in different scriptures, all demigods are different limbs of Lord's body. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we see this in detail. And here Arjuna is giving two examples, that he's seeing the prominent two demigods, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, and all the different sages and divine serpents. Everybody he's seeing in Krishna's universal form. Okay, Sachi Maharani Mataji, can you read? Next verse.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning.
Anek Bahu Udara Vaktra Netram Pashyami Tvam Sarvatra Ananta Rupa. So Anek Bahud Udar. Udar means the stomach. So I'm seeing many arms. Bahu means arms. Udar means belly. Vaktra means mouth. Netram means eyes. So I'm seeing Anek, unlimited arms, bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. Ananta Rupam, it's limitless. And Madhyam, na punastvadim, na anantam. I cannot see what is end, what is middle, what is beginning, from where it is starting, where it is ending. I'm not able to understand this universal form. It's so elaborate and so vast. Yes, Rasamrit Prabhu.
On text 15, Arjuna
Yes.
said, "Dear Lord Krishna, at the end there is a divine serpent. So my question is, who is these divine serpents?"
Prabhupada writes in the purport, there are many divine serpents. Like one is Anantasesh, Another is Vasuki, who was used to churn the ocean. You remember in the last chapter, Krishna told that I am Vasuki among serpents. So these are all divine serpents. So all were seen in Krishna's universal form.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, text 17. Pratima Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
So even in Ishopanishad, we see this verse and a similar verse where a devotee is telling Krishna that due to your effulgence, I cannot see your lotus face. So please remove that effulgence. Here also, Arjuna is indirectly telling that because of this glaring effulgence, I am not able to see your form. So devotees are not very attached to this impersonal effulgence of the Supreme Lord. But those who are so frustrated with their personal life, with their relationships, they don't want to see anything. So they are very fascinated. Okay, let me go to a place where I cannot see anything. So much light that I cannot see anything. So that is the expectation because of their frustration. But a devotee of Lord, he doesn't appreciate this effulgence very much because we cannot see the divine form of Lord in too much effulgence. Okay, next. Abhimanyu Sutta Prabhu, can you read text 18?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my Prabhu is not home yet. Can I read?
Yes, yes.
You are the supreme primeval objectives. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Thank you, Prabhu.
Mato me means it's my opinion. So all this while Krishna was telling all these things, but now Arjuna is telling these things. He has realized it. He has accepted it. After seeing Krishna's universal form, he could understand how is the resting place of all universe. He is the source of all universes. And how is the maintainer of all the activities in the material world. So therefore, it's a realization. It's rather than a statement, it's a realization because Arjuna has seen it by himself. Braja Sevaki Mataji, can you read text 19?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance.
So he was seeing this universal form, and one aspect of universal form is the creation, one aspect is maintenance, and one aspect is destruction. So he's seeing origin, middle, and end all together in one form. So he's seeing how Krishna is the source of all universe. He's also seeing how he's maintaining everything. And he's also seeing in one aspect how the blazing fire coming from his mouth and annihilating the whole universe. So in one form, he's seeing all these opulences of Krishna in relation to material world. Bhutua Prabhu, can you read text 20?
Also you are one. You spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed.
So those who are seeing this terrible form, they are also disturbed. So it's not that only Arjuna has seen this form, but others also who have divine vision, Divya Chakshu, as we discussed 3 levels of Chakshu. One is Charma Chakshu, materialistic vision. they cannot see. Second level, Divya Chakshu, those are divine vision, like demigods, upper planetary system, saintly personalities, pious people, people in mode of goodness. All this will have divine vision. So they can also see. And then third level is Prema Chakshu, they cannot see. So Arjun was in that level, he has to come down and see this form. Namrasita Mataji, you raised hand?
Yes, Prabhu. I was asking this only that last line says, on whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. So you
Yeah.
answered that all.
Okay. Okay, text 21. Vyasdev Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, only translation.
Yes.
All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns.
So Arjuna is seeing all this within the vision of universal form. So some scenes are not happening outside the universal form. Like we will see in the next verses also. Like demigods are fleeing away and people are dying and this. So it's not happening outside universal form. It's like seeing a movie. So inside movie, some things are happening. So inside that vision, what Arjuna is saying, that all demigods are surrendering before you. They're entering into you. Entering means they can taking shelter of you. They are resting on you. They're offering prayers with folded hands. Great sages, they all are asking for your mercy. They're chanting Vedic hymns in your respect. And then what is happening with other demigods? Text 22. Bharat Krishna Prabhu, can you read?
All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishvadevas, the two Asves, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
So all of these sets of different demigods, the Arjuna is seeing them in Krishna's universal form. He is seeing different groups of demigods. Like as we know, there are many demigods who are handling the different affairs in material universe. Just like a government, it has its own cabinet ministers. So similarly, here are different manifestations of different demigods. Like there are Rudras, there are Adityas, Vasus, Sadhyas, Vishwas, Ashwinis, Marutas. So all are different categories of demigods who are present in the universal form. Okay, now what's happening to the others? Let's read that. Usha Mataji, can you read this 23rd verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Almighty One, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I.
So Arjuna is telling about different demigods, but then he also sighs slightly, small, silently. He told one more thing. I am also fearful. I've never seen this kind of form of yours. We were friends for so long, but this kind of form I'm seeing first time. So Devi Mataji, can you read this quote?
Yes, Prabhuji. Before, Krishna and Arjuna had a relationship based on friendship. But here, after the revelation, Arjuna is offering obeisance with great respect. And with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna. He is praying the universal form. Thus, Arjuna's relationship becomes one of wonder rather than friendship.
So here no more friendship now with universal form. Like, can you have friendship with Nrsingadev? It's difficult, you know. You can only worship him, but there can't be friendship there. Can there be Vatsalya with Nrsingadev? Vatsalya Prem? Like, you take birth from mother and father. Who is mother, father of Nrsingadev? Who is mother, father of Nrsingadev? The pillar. He came from pillar, right? So pillar is his mother and father. Now he broke his own mother, father and came. He broke the pillar. So where is Vatsalya? So not that all rasas can be experienced with all forms, you know. So here Arjuna is terrified by seeing this form of Krishna. Okay, Devadev Prabhu, can you read text 24?
Krishna Prabhuji. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind.
Now, does this statement resemble Arjuna's statement in second chapter? There also Arjuna was saying, you know, I am not able to stand, my whole body is shaking, and I am not, you know, but that was out of his ignorance. And this is because of his astonishment on seeing Lord's opulences. So externally it may look same, you know, a devotee also may cry, and a materialistic person may also cry. Devotee may also become angry. Materialistic person may also become angry. But there is difference. Here, drishtva hi tvam, by seeing Krishna, this is happening. And there, in first and second chapter, Arjuna's situation was out of materialistic lamentation. Okay. Arun Charan Prabhu, can you read text 25? Bhanumati Mataji, can you read?
O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions, I am bewildered.
So naturally, when you see a great personality, when you see a great person's opulence, naturally you want to take their grace, you want to take their shelter. Nobody wants to take animosity with a powerful person. And here Krishna is experiencing the most powerful person in the whole cosmic manifestation. So he is asking for his mercy. Now he's seeing something of the future. Let us see that. Saurabh Prabhu, can you read this? Text 26 and 7.
Sure. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers are also rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth.
So he's seeing something of the future. As we discussed, Arjuna is experiencing all three aspects of cosmic manifestation in one form. He's seeing the beginning, maintenance, and end all together. So he's seeing how Dhritarashtra, all sons of Dhritarashtra, that means all the army of Kauravas, how they're going to die. So in a way, Krishna is showing Arjun what's going to happen in future. Chetan Prabhu, can you read 28?
As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouth.
This army was oceanic. So big armies. And imagine they all are going in the mouth of death. So how it will look? It will look as if different rivers are flowing into ocean. So this all great warriors which are so powerful, by Krishna's arrangement, they all are going to die. Anupama Mataji, can you read text 29?
Yes, Prabhu. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouth, and as Mon dashed to destruction in a blazing fire.
So 3 examples Arjuna has given. First one is not an example, but a vision that blazing fire, people are entering. Second, he is given like how rivers are entering ocean. He's seeing the whole crowds of warriors is going in the mouth of universal form. And now he's giving another example that how moths, they fly into the fire and they just roast themselves. So in the same way, all these great warriors are going to die by the influence of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Who didn't read? Vishnu Priya Mataji, can you read? Text 30.
Yes, Prabhu. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouth, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays.
So what what Arjuna is saying, that all these different people are coming from all sides and they are entering into mouth and they are dying. So this terrible form is just one aspect of your universal form. And because Arjuna have seen this form for the first time, he was terrified. He could not recognize, is he really my friend Krishna or is somebody else? So he's asking this in next verse. Ramful Sham Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu.
I think you got mute.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The Lord of Lords, spheres of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious unto me. You are the primary Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
So Arjun became perplexed. Who are you? Please let me understand your real identity, because I can't see my friend Krishna in you, that is for sure. But who are you? Can you tell me your real identity? So Krishna is telling, Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krita. I am the time, great destroyer of the worlds. So this is Krishna's explanation of his aspect of universal form. And Krishna says, I have come here to destroy the world. It's not that it will be very pleasing form. Text 32. Namrasita Mataji, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the world, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Does that sound like a familiar verse from 4th chapter, where Krishna tells why he appears in this world? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So Krishna is revising the same concept. He's saying that yes, I came here to destroy all the Kauravas, all the soldiers on both sides. but I will save all of you, my dear devotees. So like that, Krishna is clarifying his position, his purpose. Diya Mataji, can you read this quote?
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Kalaru. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
So here Arjuna Krishna is saying that this particular war, nobody is going to be alive except the Pandavas. So you have to have confidence that victory for you is sure. What you have to do is nimitta matram bhava sabyasachi. You just have to become an instrument in the fight. Just get up and fight. It's a very beautiful verse. We can even recite this verse. Krishna is saying, Tasmat tvamuccishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhumshva rajyam samriddham mayyeva vaite nihata purvamaiva nimitta matram bhava sabyasaachim. Krishna is saying, get up, uttishta, prepare to fight and win glory. Yasho labhasva. Labhasva means to obtain. Win your glory. Because already I have killed everyone. You have seen in my universal form. Conquer your enemies and enjoy flourishing kingdom. Rajyam samriddham. They are already dead by my arrangement. Nimitta matram bhava sabyasachi. Oh my sabyasachi, just become an instrument. You don't have to do anything. If you just become an instrument, then the victory will be yours. Let us read this quote from Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Saurabh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have one question here. Now,
yes,
if we see Krishna's instructions, and everywhere it is majorly it is around we have to surrender to Krishna with unalloyed yes. Right?
Yes.
And that is the whole all are around bhakti. Majorly
yes.
all the instructions are around bhakti. But now in this verse, Krishna is saying you have to win the glory and prosperous kingdom. Now
that is side effect. Krishna is saying that, see, I have already killed them. Why are you worrying about killing them? Anyway, I have killed them. Now just become an instrument. What is the work of an instrument? Instrument works as per the desire of the master. So still in this verse also Krishna is telling about pure devotional service only. That become an instrument and enjoy this world. Like I am holding a pen. This is an instrument. Now imagine I am holding a pen. This pen starts to write on itself. Will this remain as instrument? No. But I am holding the pen. Whatever I will write, it has to do that. So Krishna is instructing Arjuna, get up, uttishta, fight, win the battle, enjoy the kingdom. So this is Krishna's desire. And therefore, still it is pure devotional service. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he gave different instructions to different people. He told Raghunath Das Goswami, leave everything and come to Puri. That is also Krishna's instruction. There he is not telling enjoy your father's property. So there may be different instructions by Krishna. But the purpose is that the main point is we have to become instruments. That is main thing.
But
okay,
I'm just trying to understand is like, for example, in normal our day-to-day life, suppose sometimes we run business or jobs and we have profit or loss. So when the losses comes, right, or some kind of distress comes to us, one way of looking at the things is to accept and to surrender because it is Krishna's master plan. So I surrender it. That is one. Second is okay. This is my duty to work more or to make sure that profit comes again. So I will do my duty. So whatever, which thing is better? Suppose a businessman is having losses. He can say, okay, this is Krishna's duty, Krishna's Krishna's desire. I will accept it. Second is he's working again to bring the things on the back on the
They
right
are
side.
they are not two things, they are single thing. Devotee does both. He endeavors his best, accept result as Krishna's mercy, again endeavors his best. Actually, that drives devotee. Otherwise, can you imagine Srila Prabhupada facing so many failures? He would have just accepted, okay, it's Krishna's desire, let me just sit in one place and do nothing. No. Still he worked hard. So devotee means he has full faith. Okay, Krishna gave me this responsibility, I'll do my best. But results, they're not mine. Just like imagine, you got a carpenter at your house to prepare some furniture. And he prepared a nice furniture. At the end of day, he's carrying that furniture and going out of the house. What you will tell him? No, this furniture doesn't belong to you. This is my furniture. He said, no, I have created this furniture. I have carved this, so I will carry it. No, this doesn't belong to you. You were only supposed to carve it, but it is my property. I will enjoy it. This is devotee's consciousness. He knows, although I'm carving it, although I'm doing my duty to the best, I'm not the enjoyer. It is Krishna is the enjoyer. Again, carpenter will do next work. He will not give up his work because he knows his work is to carve things and give to the master. In return, master will maintain him. In the same way, all living entities, those who are in good consciousness, they understand that I am doing my duty to the best. Results are not in my hand. They are for Krishna. And if at all I could not do good this time, I will do again my best. That is devotee's attitude. That is actually being instrument. Instrument is not expecting result. Instrument is just doing its work.
But Prabhuji, I have one more question. In Bhagavad Gita, in the earlier chapter, one verse says that a person who's self-realized is actually, his activities are that he works on, he takes whatever it comes out of his own accord. So
that is the level of avadhuta. That is level of pure devotee. We are not at that level. Like for Madhavendra Puri, who was a pure devotee, he was ayachak vritti. He will not ask anything. Krishna personally came and gave him. We are not at that level. We will starve for 4 hours, then we will start endeavoring again. So at our level, karma yoga is appropriate. That's how we slowly grow in our bhakti. But when somebody reaches that level of pure devotional service, then he is not endeavoring. Ayachak vritti means Krishna will provide him everything. He is purely dependent on the Supreme Lord. In 11th canto, we see example of Avadhut. He was fit and healthy, and still he was not begging anybody. So Prahlad Maharaj saw him and he saw this person is not begging anybody, not going anywhere to eat. Still he's so healthy. How? Who is maintaining him? So he got impressed and he asked him, who is maintaining you? Then he told him about the Supreme Lord and 24 gurus, how he learned about devotional service. So that is very high level. But on our level, we start with Karma Yoga. Okay?
And Prabhuji, sorry, one more question, just an addition to it. So if a person is doing his duties like in job or business and he's working hard, but then he can say that I'm working for, I'm doing my best and I'm doing it for Krishna because the output is Krishna, but he's missing on his spiritual duties like japa or not japa or the spiritual like, other than he's not reading books or he's not reading books or visiting temples. In that case, is it okay or is it no? he has to do both in
See,
balance.
it depends on case to case, you know. Like if we are seeing Arjun was in such an emergency of fighting the battle. You can't expect, oh, Arjun, you didn't chant your 16 rounds today. I saw you're fighting from sunrise to sunset. When did you complete your rounds? No. Now that time, different emergency, and Krishna directly guiding him for something. In our lives also, we should have some guides, spiritual guides, and we should ask them that I am in this set of situations, how I should balance my spiritual life. So they can give us some practical guidance on what should be done in our situation. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Bharat Krishna Prabhu, you want to add something?
Yeah. You know, I mean, those who understand vectors, that you have a vector of this life and you have a vector of your past life, which you don't know. So you don't know where the resultant is going. So that's where, if you can understand this concept, that the result, you have to leave it to Krishna because he knows your past vector and he will take it with this one, and accordingly you will get the resultant. So, you know, this is a bit of the concept which I try to understand this.
Yeah, we don't know how many vectors are working on us actually. Deva karma netrena. So karma deva netrena. There karma, and then there's higher authorities also. What we are supposed to get, we cannot calculate it. But yes, one thing is for sure, we should do our duties to the perfection. And if a devotee knows that Krishna is ultimately giving me what is best for me, he will never get disheartened. He'll work more and more for Krishna's pleasure. Chetan Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a question. When Krishna says that with the exception of the Pandavas, all the soldiers on both sides will be slain. So what should we deduce? Those who went to fight on the side of the Pandavas, they knew that the Pandavas on the side of Dharma, they went to help, and still they got slain. And when even Abhimanyu is getting slain.
The different reasons. See, not everyone came with pure desire to help Pandavas. Some of them have rivalry with Kauravas. Some of a different understanding. Oh, Pandavas are very powerful. Let us side with them, and then we will also enjoy. That was also the situation. And some who were pious, see, Krishna has its own way to deliver. Sometimes he protects the body of a devotee to enhance their Krishna consciousness, like he did for Prahlad. And sometimes he takes away the body of a devotee to bring him back to him, like Vritrasura. So in both aspects, killing or not killing is same for Krishna. But what he is meaning there is, see, I am going to save 5 of you and kill everybody in this battle. Now it's up to you. You have to take the credit, or I should do it myself. That's what Krishna is telling him. Better you become nimitta, you become instrument, because I have already decided to do this. So that's what Krishna is telling there. And his plan is to lower the burden of earth. Generally kings, you know, they have some or other rivalry with each other. So when they take sides, they are many times motivated with those thoughts also. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Now I have a request with all devotees. We have to do a little exercise. When you are having now a few days, tomorrow we'll not have class because in the same time I have one interview, in the same time 8 o'clock Indian time. So tomorrow we'll not have class, but I have one request that you have to write down some experiences where you have just acted as Krishna's instrument or devotee's instrument, and you could do some extraordinary things beyond your capability. It may be giving a class, it may be preaching to someone, it may be cooking something very great, anything where you are not having confidence on yourself, but you just accepted the instruction, you acted as an instrument, and you did something beyond your capacity. So we would like to hear from everybody. What I will request you, you send a voice note on the group. Okay, you send a voice note on the group, and the best 3 I will play in the class, next class. Okay, but I'm expecting from everyone, and I will hear every recording. Others will also hear, and it will be very inspiring to hear that how, when we become instruments, we can do much more than what we think we can do. So let's share this on group. A small audio recording, 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever time you want to take. Share it for short time, 1, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then I will hear them. Best 3 I will share in next class. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can we do in respect to Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching?
It should be more of a personal experience, I would say. In scriptures,
Yes.
there's so many examples, but let's go more personal and practical. Let in our life, we are practicing devotees. I'm sure there must be many experiences like this. Let us churn it out, and then we share it on group. Okay? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai.
Jai.